The ocean, our planet's final frontier, covering over 70% of the Earth's surface and remains largely unexplored. Beneath its surface lies a world of shadows and mysteries, a world that has captivated human imagination for centuries, and among its many legends, one name looms the largest: Megalodon. This was no ordinary shark. Megalodon was a monster, a predator that ruled the seas for millions of years. Measuring over 50 feet long with jaws that could crush whales, it was an apex predator of its time. But while scientists tell us that it went extinct 3.6 million years ago, the stories persist. Stories of massive sharks seen in the deep, enormous bites on whale carcasses, and sonar readings too big to explain. Could the megalodon exist hiding in uncharted depths of our ocean, or is it just another maritime myth fueled by fear and fascination? Welcome to the Conspiracy Outpost, and today we're diving into the legend of Megalodon. Fact, fiction, or something in between? Let's find out. I'm your host, Casey.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jaws Joe.
Finally got one that fit with the episode, huh?
I did last week. I did last week too, didn't I? I thought I did one. It
I
didn't.
don't know.
I think I did, but it didn't. It wasn't like a J sounding one. I don't know.
Ugh.
I don't remember. I don't even remember what we did last week.
You don't?
Oh wait, I do. It was the Rougarou.
The Luftgadoo.
The Rougarou. The Rougarou.
Luftgadoo.
I tried to do a French accent. It came out as a stereotypical racist Japanese sounding one. That was unintentional racism. And that was intentional racism.
Yeah, it was.
Oh man. The Megalodon. I've watched both the Meg movies. I actually like them.
The second one
them.
bugged me, dude.
Because it was just ridiculous shit. That's what I liked about it.
It was straight up redonkulous.
Yeah, that's what. And to me, I was telling Anna when we watched them, I was like, this is like fucking. This is gonna end up like the Fast and the Furious franchise, but about sharks.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is something I can hop on board with because like
he killed a shark with a helicopter blade.
He fucking yeah.
And then he fought it with
physically
spears while
fought
riding
it.
a jet ski.
I heard that that it's based off of a book, and then the guy ends up getting eaten, and then like doing. I don't know, like it's not far off from the book.
Way out of the inside.
Yeah,
of the
from
shark.
the inside. And I didn't even realize because is his name Jonah or something in it?
I think so.
I don't remember. Was it?
I can't remember. I think they call Well, I think they called him Joe. No, I don't know.
I think it's
Jonas. Jonas Taylor. I don't know. Like they're trying to get like that whole fucking biblical fucking story with the whale. Like, that's what it sounds. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's slightly different. I don't know.
I thought that was Captain Ahab.
Yeah, Jonas Taylor.
No, you said biblical story, and then I referenced Moby Dick.
Oh, Moby Dick. I didn't even catch that. Dude, I'm so fucking tired right now.
I am about to down this second beer. I'm just working up to it because I'm still...
You could tell me, wasn't it Jesus trapped
over.
in a whale? And I would have been like, was he? Oh, yeah, that kind of sounds familiar. And he like beat him to death from the inside with a cross.
Last night was like my last hurrah before I go to Tennessee.
You're doing your final hurrahs?
Before I go to Tennessee, yeah.
Are you going to let all the boys take a crack at your ass before you leave?
If you can make it down here.
If you make it down. Come tenderize this ass meat.
Mike's going to go to Tennessee, and he's the only 10 that I see.
Ooh.
Aww.
Shucks, now I'm not going. It's like, no, but in all seriousness, it's good money and I gotta go.
I feel like I need to do like, you know when Kirby wins a fight and they kind of inflate like rapidly and then bounce up and down,
Is that what your asshole's gonna do?
Yeah. Do you guys find it funny that if you play the Kirby games, like, after you defeat someone, that bitch just essentially dances on your corpse after it just ate you. I guess it has to work off the fucking stuff, but like you just ate a bunch of people, minions and whatnot, and then you defeat the
Bones and
boss, and
all.
then like the scorecard comes up, and that bitch is just dancing in the background, like I just ate these bitches.
Bones and
Honestly,
all, dude. That's the
I
creepy
assume
part. You
Kirby,
break
like
down all
if
the
Kirby
bones.
were to talk, it just sounds like Cat Williams.
That should be hella funny.
Get away from me, white bitch. No.
So the Megalodon.
Megalodons. I have
Um,
heard recently that the scientific name has changed. I was watching a video, and it used to be called a Carcarius megalodon. Now it's called something else,
I
or
didn't know
Something.
Carcharodon
that.
That's a cool name.
megalodon.
Something else.
Um,
An AI video called it. I was watching a YouTube short, or random YouTube shorts of it, and it called it a megalodon or megala. It said it hella weird, like it couldn't pronounce the word.
Megalodon, something like that.
Yeah, it just sounded funny. Oh, I forgot Ruby Rose was in the first Meg movie.
Dude, that's just like a fucking porn star name.
Yeah, it's almost like a comic book name. I keep thinking that that's the name of Batwoman is Ruby Rose
So,
because she played Batwoman, and
does that not
and
sound like a porn star name? Ruby Rose.
does.
Yeah.
Her hair looked like it had jizz in it
Maybe
the
she
entire
thought
time in that movie.
her maybe she thought her career was gonna go in a different direction.
Maybe. That's the same thing with
Judging by her
Gal
haircut, she
Gadot.
seems like someone who likes to eat snatch.
I think she is I forget what it is.
A lesbian.
Lesbian. I think she's supposed to be like a
I call them lesbians
asexual
because
or
they like
whatever
to
you
attack
call.
the bean. You know.
Like, see, I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, I know
That's what
who
her
that.
hair looked. No,
Yeah.
I'm saying the hair. It looked like she had jizz in it the entire movie.
Oh, honestly, if she grew her hair
It
out, she
looks
has like the
sticky.
facial structure to play a dope ass Tomb Raider.
Yeah, she does actually. I mean, I do like. I don't think I've seen anything with her in it that I didn't like. I like that Batwoman series.
I mean, she's a great
I
like.
stopped watching it after she left the show because I was like, we don't need to transition into a like. I didn't mind that they changed characters, but I don't really care for when they just make up their own like new characters.
So
Like I liked it with Diggle and Green Arrow.
Oh yeah. So back to what I
Oh,
was
yeah.
saying was the Megalodon used to be Megalodon Carcarius or Carcarius Megalodon, whatever. It'd be like the same as the Great White, which was Carcharodon Carcarius. But I've heard that the Carcarius thing was changed because they no longer believe that the Megalodon's closest ancestor is the Great White. I think they believe it's like I saw it recently in like something about Megalodon stuff, and I was just like, "Oh, that's not the name anymore."
I thought
That's
they
kind
found its most recent ancestors are actually the Slayton sisters.
you shut your.
About- I don't know how you pronounce their name.
Yeah, I didn't know they changed the name.
So yeah,
I mean,
it's like Caracles. I think that it looks Greek. It's CAR. It's Char O Kles. Caracles, something like that. But it's not Carcarius anymore. It's closer to a different shark now. But that changed like recently, as far as I know.
that's dope. Science is always changing, always learning new shit. But before we get into our sightings and theories about the megalodon, let's get to know this beast itself. The megalodon lived between 23 and 3.6 million years ago during the
Old bitch.
Miocene Pliocene epochs. It was the largest shark and possibly the largest fish to ever exist. Its size ranges from 50 to 60 feet with a bite force of over 40,000 pounds per square inch. Now, let's put this into a little perspective for you guys. The its bite force was 10 times powerful than the great white shark. And a little tidbit too: a T Rex had a bite force around 12,000 pounds per square inch. So
Well,
Megalodon was
that
at
makes
40.
sense. The bite force of most sharks is much greater than most land animals, other than I think like a hippo and a fucking like alligator or crocodile. But
Talk a lot
crocodiles and
about
alligators can't actually open their. They have no fucking muscles to open their mouths. They can only close it, which is kind of what I wish. Some people do sometimes.
um if you everybody always talks about like bite force, nobody talks about sucking force. What's the suck game on these bad boys?
Well, they didn't have lips,
So
so
they,
no. Actually, sharks do
It's
have
really
lips.
toothy.
Do you know that?
do they?
If you look at if you look at any shark when it goes in to bite, it brings its lips back. Look at great
I didn't
whites.
know that.
When they like there are some sharks that like are just toothy sons of bitches, but then again there's some girls that are toothy sons of bitches too. No. But no, if you watch a shark, it'll be swimming along, and then when it goes to bite something, it pulls its fucking lips back and shows its gurr teeth, and then nom 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 nom
Yeah, I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want the last thing I see is fucking monstrous gums around my legs.
But here's the problem you do run into with sharks is they do have lips, but they don't use them. I know from experience. I no longer have a penis.
You think a shark's about to attack you and it runs up with its mouth wide open like that, and then it just like pushes its lips together and kisses you, and then, like swims away?
I don't know if it has those
I-
kind of lips, but okay.
But
I'd be
about-
so flattered. I'd be like, oh.
I guess my blood wasn't the type they wanted. At least, not viciously. Maybe romantically.
Yeah, they just don't like AIDS blood, I guess.
I guess he wasn't trying to get HIV today.
And by that I mean Joseph has AIDS.
Can you imagine a vampire shark? That would make sense.
That'd be nuts.
Ooh, how about a were shark? If I a shark, get turned into one. You gotta find a body of water at a full moon.
You just flopping.
It's like, dude, you gotta get me. You gotta get me the marine world fast.
You start changing before you fully change. It's like, darling, run the bathtub.
Hurry!
Get the salt!
You have to keep my fins moist.
Oh, dude, you know how bull sharks can swim upriver? You guys know why? They
Why?
store salt in their body.
Oh, really?
Not really.
Yeah,
So-
that's why. So it's like it's not a forever thing. It's until their salt runs out.
You know, pretty crazy. This one time, me, Russell, well, the siblings, and then our cousins, we're all camping, and we're down over by Lake
You guys
Orville.
touch dicks, but that's nothing
Yeah.
to do with Megalodon.
No, that's we're not talking about fishing behind the bushes. We're talking about something else. No, we were walking, and there's this what do you like a little? I can't think of the name of it. Like a not a shore, like a cove. There's like a cove of water, and it was just
The
right there.
opposite of a peninsula.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we seen a dorsal fin sticking out of the water, and we didn't know what it was, and then just whoop. And I was like, "Oh, was that a shark?" And I was like, "No, they don't live in fresh water."
They
But it was
wouldn't live
weird.
very long.
But I don't know if it could have just been a big ass fish too. But
They have some really big catfish and sturgeon in that lake.
yeah, that's what. But we just saw a
And
big ass
sturgeon, when
dorsal
they're not
fin.
feeling good, they like to go into shallow waters and just sit.
That's what it was. It was just in one spot, and then it just kind of.
Mike, I didn't know you were Aquaman.
Well, I used to fish quite often until it became too fucking. I'm not going to pay fucking $80 for a goddamn fishing license. Fuck California.
It's
You like
not
the fish and you
4701
like the
anymore.
fist fish.
What?
It's not 4701 anymore.
It's like $60 for the license, and then fucking like another 20 for the goddamn river tag.
That's ridiculous.
Which
It's,
is like, oh, okay, so I can fish in the ponds, but I can't go after salmon or steelhead.
It's like $45 here for the year.
That's because Nevada is really good when it comes to not fucking taxing people.
Aren't you in the
Because we
desert?
got
How
all
much?
the
How much fish you guys got?
we got a lake. We got lake, rivers, and ponds, boy.
You'd be more likely to catch a fucking rat than a fish, and by that I mean someone who went against the mob.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never caught a fish out here, so no, that's a lot. Not down
Ponzi's.
here, but like northern, like mid
Yeah,
Nevada.
you know, in like New Jersey, when they sink their gang members with like cinder block shoes, they're like, "You're sleeping with the fishes now." In Las Vegas, they're like, "You're sleeping in water."
You're sleeping in slightly above room temperature water.
It is.
That's how
It
I
is.
picture water out there.
Dude, that's like the only place I've ever been. I'm glad that I didn't go there during the fucking summer. I went there like around. I went there in February last year. Almost been a year. Or it's getting close to a year. That's wild. Doesn't seem like it. But when I went there during the summer when I was younger, motherfucker, I fucking came out from the water from the swimming pool and started sweating instantly. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This ain't fair.
I heard
I
you
shouldn't
came
have to
in the
stay
water.
underwater to not sweat. And I dried very fast. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's rough living out
That's
here.
pretty good. You guys don't use towels out there, right?
I'm
You just
surprised
dry,
that.
you just drip dry.
Yeah.
Well, it only takes like 30 seconds. So
It's like wrong. You have to still use a towel in your nether regions, otherwise you get something known as Nevada swamp crotch.
dude, fucking. I'm surprised Casey doesn't look like a goddamn raisin.
Oh, I know. Being out in the sun all the time sucks.
Dude,
But I'm always wearing a hat, glasses.
I'm surprised you're not darker than you are, but you are like. I bet you just turn red. You don't tan. Just
I
like
could
Nick.
tan a little bit, so I say.
I'm still
Just look
pretty
at his
tan from the
penis.
summer. It takes quite a while for me
You
to
should-
lose my.
You should take a
lose
look
my
at
tan
his.
on my arms.
If you want to see a good tan, you should take a look at Casey's penis. Looks like Mario Lopez.
I remember. I remember. I was like, why is it so dark? It's like I used nothing but bronzer for lube.
The kind with glitter,
makes it
so I look like a pop star.
Makes it look big by comparison.
He's like, I'm a Trump supporter, and I like to call him Little Trump.
Nice and orange. Blonde pubes.
I bleached them
dye
for
job.
authenticity.
Damn, dude, I get a pressed perm on mine and call it Prince.
Gotta come
Dude.
over for the pubes.
That'd be very surprising to meet someone with actually blonde. Like, I'm a blonde person, but my pubes are not blonde. They're light brown.
You say yours are light brown? I knew a guy who
dude,
had
I think it'd be pretty interesting to meet someone who actually has blonde pubes, because, like, don't pubes just grow in darker than your regular hair all the time?
Probably. I mean, mine
Yeah.
definitely does.
Mine aren't black. Mine are brown.
You don't have black hair.
Well, I know. I was just saying I got my own.
No, we already established you dyed yours yellow, blonde. I want to see somebody with like red ones. Like I've always
Just
seen
talk to
jokes
Nick.
and stuff. I don't think I've ever. See, I've never had the pleasure of seeing. Like I don't see.
Ask.
Just
Dude,
ask.
Nick has slept with a few gingers, and I think it's because he's like, they're my people. But ask him.
Well, I think he wants to see if there's any truth to the rumors that if you grind two set of ginger pubes together, it starts a fire.
Someone starts a fire.
They don't call it a fire crotch for no reason.
He's been chasing that dragon for a while. He just has yet to get fire going. He's dated a few gingers and they didn't have ginger pubes, and it's upset him.
He actually dated a ginger. That was Ginger.
But her name was Ginger?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I'm just kidding. That'd be hella funny, though.
Yeah, it just what kind of monster would do that to their kid? Like, oh, you're a redhead, we're naming you Ginger.
As told by Ginger. Wasn't she a redhead or was she brown hair? I don't remember.
Nah, she had red hair. I just seen a video of like recently
There's a lot of
them.
There's
like,
a lot of people whose nickname is Ginger because they have red hair. I mean, fucking Ginger Baker, the drummer of Cream, and just a wonderful drummer all around. His name is what he's known as, like as a famous celebrity, everything is Ginger Baker. That's not his real name. That's what he's called because he has very fucking red, crazy hair.
Hey, didn't some famous band person just die recently?
The drummer for the previous drummer for My Chemical Romance died.
Ah, okay.
He pretty much
That's what
did
I
like
thought.
almost all their albums with him, except for like no, unless they released an album after they went on hiatus. But he pretty much did all their stuff before they went on hiatus
Hmm.
for like 10 years. Or whatever.
That makes sense. It was them because we were talking about it last night. Matthew brought him up, and then I laughed and said, "Yeah," and then it just made
I miss
everybody
that son of a
laugh
bitch.
because I wasn't intentionally doing it like that. I was just because I was talking about something else. They have Penny Parker in that Marvel game, and I was like, "You guys know who made Penny Parker, right?" And it's like it was Gerard Way. He's the one that created the character.
Yeah,
And then they just
he's a
ignored
good
me
writer.
and talked about the drummer dying. Yeah, I didn't know he used to do Doom Patrol comics too.
Yeah, he started off doing Doom Patrol, and then he did his own.
Yeah, Umbrella Academy, which I thought he's still.
They have
doing.
this like same vibe.
Yeah, they do. I didn't notice that before. I read the first couple issues of Umbrella.
Apparently,
Academy.
he was a big fan of Doom Patrol, which is why he tried to do it. I think I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyways, sharks.
I mean, it is kind of on topic. He has shark teeth, so.
Are they serrated too?
Not just in the fuck, what's that fucking famous song that they did? His teeth kind of look sharp in it. I think it's just the camera angling.
Welcome to the Black Parade.
No, but
Helena?
famous last
Famous
words?
last words.
Yeah, his teeth look sharp to me in that. It could just be me. It's the camera angling. They don't look like that in anything else. It's just,
Other than like my two front teeth, my teeth are pretty sharp.
I've
I
been
just
told I
don't
have
see my
small
teeth very much because I don't smile ever. I don't laugh.
I don't smile with my teeth because I look like a lunatic, and Anna always tries to get me to, and then I've done it before, and it's like, yeah, don't do that ever again. It's like,
See,
yeah.
When I smile, I show my teeth only a little bit. So
Because if they've seen it, they know that you're
I'm just glad that when I smile, my bottom teeth don't fucking show.
vampire.
Speaking of teeth,
Oh yeah,
um,
Jaws. I mean,
the
Megalodons.
the megalodon's teeth was the size of a human hand. They like to feed upon seals, whales, other sharks, dolphins, basically any big marine animal that they can get their
Other
teeth into.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs that went into the ocean on 4th of July and got eaten, and then the corrupt dinosaur mayor refused to shut down the beaches because it was a holiday weekend and they were making money for the town.
Yeah, I just picture like a fucking long neck going in there, and then like it getting out,
Littlefoot,
but its head doesn't. So you just see the neck whiplash back up, and the head's gone.
That'd be hella funny.
Oh, almost. Almost.
In case you guys didn't know, that was the plot from Jaws that I just said.
Oh, is that okay? I haven't watched that since I was a little
Dude, that's
kid.
the whole thing. Is like the shark attack's happening, and the mayor refuses to close down the beaches because it's 4th of July weekend. It's going to make money, and then people get eaten.
That's hella funny.
Yeah. So close.
And
you almost
this is kind of like
people.
This is kind of the biggest deal of the year for our town, and
Well, like yeah, that's
what's a few casualties to our like whole economy, you know?
yeah, good movie.
I gotta rewatch it. There's so many like cult classic movies I literally haven't seen since I was a kid. So it's like I get like the gist and like references sometimes, but not whole plot lines. Like what's Poltergeist and shit like that. Like Poltergeist. What's the movie?
You just need to watch a bunch of Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, Is that the one where the girl's talking to the TV?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I haven't watched that. What I actually did watch that.
You should have, because we
Like
had a
fucking
poltergeist podcast.
yeah, and actually that one I have seen more. I think I watched it like 8 years ago, but I was super fucking drunk.
Naturally.
So
Casey looks
that's
upset
not
with
always a
us.
good.
Look at that face.
He is. It's like, dude, I've just been trying to talk about shark teeth.
No, I lost where I was at. I was trying to find my spot.
Trying to find something.
Looking at pictures of megalodons or what they think they look like or whatever.
They, they
It
said
changed recently.
they said the dorsal fin's bigger than a human, like standing up, like it'd
Well,
be bigger than
the
a.
original mock-up of the Megalodon was just a larger, fatter version of a great white, and then they've slimmed it down, stubbed up the nose a bit, not as pointy as the nose, to where like the nose is closer to like a tiger shark nose type thing. Um, Still pointed somewhat like a great white, but stubby.
I don't
Yeah.
like this picture. That looks like the side profile of a person I might know. I don't know.
But yeah, and then they increased the size of the fins, and they made it like stockier, I believe.
Nice.
Beefed it up a little bit. What about dick size? They changed that?
No.
No, it's still the same. The size of a
They
submersible.
nice.
The
I guess-
largest skeleton found was 67 feet.
It's insane. That'd be hella scary.
67 feet's a fucking...
That's why I don't fuck with deep water.
Yeah, they and then
Dude,
like you would
I'll be
never
in a
know. Like
lake.
if you
I'll
were
be in a
swimming,
lake, and if I'm in the middle of a lake by myself, I'm fucking scared. One, I don't like water that I can't see through, so it would have to be super clear.
And
Two,
I've
like
been
being in
molested
open water
by
by yourself just is eerie feeling.
Mhm. And three, you've been molested by many giant squids. It just tickled your fanny a little bit.
Where do you think the hentai porn came from? There was an original subject.
There's
It was not. It was not pretty.
And he didn't use lube.
The tentacles were everywhere.
The suction on those things are mad weird.
It started out nice. I was like, "Oh, my nipples," and then I went, "Wait, no, not my."
Tickled your gooch a little bit.
Down the throat, in my ass.
It still feels. It
A
still
grippy
feels like
suction cup wrappy around my penis.
I still have a hickey from the suction cups on my tank.
I've never been so ashamed, mortified, violated, and turned on at the same time.
Can you imagine a fucking getting
Just
attacked by a
imagine
giant
a
squid?
Up tugging, you tell me you won't come.
I'm already a little torch. Nah, somebody's just fucking swimming along and a giant squid fucking grabs them. They try to get away, it rips its pants off, sticks its little suction cup to its asshole and pulls out its fucking intestines.
Oh god.
that's a delicacy.
So there's the giant squid is something I'm actually gonna bring up later, but let's get back to it.
Didn't they have one in Meg too?
Maybe.
Or was it a giant?
Okay, pretty much what I wanted to bring up with the giant squid was a lot of people say that the megalodon, there's no way it can exist, but then again, up until somewhat recently, the giant squid was considered a mythological creature. And then one fucking washed up in Japan.
Yeah,
Is that the same one that molested you?
Then they found some live. I think I was in 7th grade. They got some live video of a giant squid.
Yeah, I
swimming.
remember that. Dude, there's some video that I watched in 7th grade that was like on like an oil pipeline or an underwater conduit type thing. It was a pipeline of some kind. Could have been anything in that pipe, including electrical stuff. I don't know. Could have been reefer. Who knows? But it was like a video very deep in the ocean, and there was a massive like shark that went by it, super super big. but you couldn't see the whole thing, so it's hard to judge the size. But it was massive, and I watched it. A lot of people were thinking that that was like the possibility of there being a megalodon still roaming the deep.
That's dope. I didn't see that one. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
check
that
that
was
out.
that dude. It's a very, very, very old video. Before AI, so can't trust much these days.
Oh yeah, it's fucking hard. You got to look for. There's always some weird inconsistency with like a lot of AI videos, like weird skin blending into the fucking backgrounds and shit like that. I'm sure there's better ones. I always see like weird ones online. It's like, what is this thing or something? Like on YouTube or like the Snapchat like reels, and then you see it's like blending in with the tree or fucking its foot is like part of the ground or something stupid.
I actually saw this picture that it was like they said that these fishermen caught and killed this megalodon, and it's supposed to be like in olden days, like the photo's black and white, so that, I don't know what years this would be, but and then like the shark looks like like what you think a shark would look like, but then you look at all the people, and all the people are like they have like hook hands, and they're like wearing like weird
Yeah,
outfits
it's like
that,
you see
that don't
fucking
make sense.
weird.
It's like, what the hell is this?
I can't find that video. I remember watching it like a long time ago.
They the megalodon was believed to roam around all the oceans because the teeth are found worldwide from North America to Japan. Um, they sell for thousands of dollars if you happen to find one.
Yeah, but then again, with that thing, it's I believe the time that it existed was during Pangea, right? Before the continental drift, when we were just one large landmass in the middle of a fucking ocean planet.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, they would have because that began around 200 million years ago, so they were alive when it was
Okay,
going on,
interesting.
and they won't they estimated to be extinct about 3.6 million years ago, or not at all, according to some
Gooses.
claims.
I don't know why that was so funny to me. I was trying to look for fucking giant squid videos, and then fucking for some reason, the next one that popped up was a fucking goose whose head was stuck in a fucking fence. I
But
don't remember seeing no giant squid video when I was in school. I guess my teachers
at
didn't
least
like
not at least not at school.
it. I've definitely seen giant sea snakes
So let's get
on
into
land.
some accounts that keep this legend alive. HMS Challenger Megalodon tooth in 1875. Uh,
Yeah.
the HMS Challenger dredged up two megalodon teeth from the seabed. Early dating techniques suggest that these teeth were as young as 10,000 to 15,000 years old, long after the megalodon was thought to have gone extinct. If accurate, this finding could mean that the megalodon survived much later than we thought. So, there's that.
Yeah, it's as far as like a lot of stuff that they find, it's hard to definitively confirm that anything in the ocean doesn't exist, in my opinion. We've only explored 5% of it.
Yep, not even close to knowing what's all out there.
Yeah,
You
I
think
mean,
there's reverse mermaids in there? Fish heads and
Oh,
human
I forgot to tell you guys this. Since we're on the
teeth.
topic, well, we were on the topic of teeth. Um, the megalodon in Greek means big tooth.
hmm.
I
Can
forgot
we
to say
call
that.
British people with huge teeth megalodons?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn, girl, you got some megalodon teeth.
Damn,
You got
look at the
big tooth.
megalodons. God damn, no wonder why you God, you see the megalodons on that bitch? Scrape my dick up. That looks like Freddy Krueger's nuts. I don't know.
Whoops! I dropped my massive condom from my magnum dong.
One of the most popular stories is the Black Demon of Cortez, just off the coast of Baja California. Fishermen tell tales of the Black Demon. This massive dark shark is said to be over 50 feet long with a tail fin that slaps the water violently. One fisherman reported seeing it move beneath its boat, describing its sheer size as otherworldly. I actually was watching a documentary this morning before we got on about a Megalodon on HBO Max if you guys want to check it out. But there was this fishing boat that went out there. This guy's he got a big old fish. You know, he's reeling it in. 2 hours go by. You know, it's daytime. 2 hours go by. It's dark now. Guy's still trying to reel this fish in. Line snaps, and he's like, "Oh, it got away." And then their camera is rolling or whatever, and something hits the boat, and then they they the boat ends up sinking. They all die. No bodies ever recovered. And the official report was that a whale capsized the boat, jumped on top of it, bam. And that is until they got the video recording. And they went down to the wreckage and they see that the wreckage was from bottom up, not from top down, you know. And
It's a
then
breach.
they find a video recording and then they clean up the audio and like because they're screaming and whatnot, and then you just hear someone say it's a shark.
Hmm.
So
Damn.
Wild. So remember how you said you saw a dorsal fin in
yeah,
So my brother-in-law we went fishing once. And he hooked into something that dragged the boat around the lake,
damn.
which very large catfish and sturgeon in there. No anchor down. You can drag a boat. But he lost the fish because it bent the hook straight.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. What
I
a
gotta
what a
get.
story.
Where did you guys do this? I want to stick my dick in there, see if it'll straighten it out.
So underneath the like bridge that goes over the lake in that little like canyon area,
Yeah, that big one.
that there.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. In 1918, in Port Stephens, Australia, a lobster fisherman claimed that they were driven out of the water by a shark they said was bigger than an 80-foot boat. And this wasn't just one witness, the entire crew saw it. The the shark's massive mouth and terrifying size left a lasting impression.
Yeah, that if I saw a shark bigger than my boat, I'd be like, I'm never going in the ocean again.
Scientists suggest they exaggerated or misidentified a great white, but I don't know how you misidentify an 80-foot shark. You know, like I don't.
Exaggerations for effect. Exaggerating
Maybe
for
they're like,
effect.
we don't know what they were saying. They were speaking Spanish. What does mucho grande mean? All I know is like gordita.
Matthew said a dumbass joke last night, and I didn't catch on to it at first. He was just like, "Oh, that's a cool shit. That's a cool Looney Tunes shirt you got on got on there. What character is that?" And he's like, "Porky." And I didn't catch on that he's like Porky. It's like, yeah, that's him.
Why? Poor
I don't
kid.
know.
Why?
I just thought it was funny. I didn't catch on to it because I was like, "Oh, were you doing Porky Pig?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, I'm fucking stupid."
Dude, you guys ever seen like a Mexican soap opera? Like when you go to a doctor's office or something like that? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
Porque. It's funny.
I think that the whole thing started because I was asking Kenny to ask Adriana if Juanita was a real name.
It is.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was real because I was like, "Is that a real name?"
Yeah, I just didn't know. It's like, why the fuck wouldn't it be? I don't know. Is Joseph a real name?
Well, I just didn't know.
Fucking
I
white
mean,
people.
Josephina sounds like a fake name, or Josephine, but they're real. They shouldn't
Okay.
exist, but they're
Anytime you
real
think
names.
that is something a real name, remember what Elon Musk named his kid, and then just shut up.
Tutor,
God, that
fucking.
was very rude sounding. I'm sorry. Even if it was a joke, that was super rude sounding.
That's what happens when you name your kid a fucking equation.
Is that the one that
uh,
doesn't like him, or is that a different kid?
I think that's his youngest kid. I don't think he's old enough to not like him.
No, never mind. How many kids does he have?
No, he has an older kid that called him an incel because he offered to put a baby in Taylor Swift,
Oh fuck!
which is fucking funny.
And the
Taylor
offer still
Swift.
stands.
Taylor Swift is #1 artist on Spotify.
Yes,
That wasn't
fucking.
like a wild. People were freaking out about that.
If you
It's
ever
like,
like want to lose faith in humanity, I'm
I
sorry,
don't
I
know
don't
about
like her.
you, Mike, but I'm
oh,
feeling 22.
I'm not a fan of her either. Sorry, I
I'm
was.
not a big fan of her music, but then again, she's not doing like gutturals and screams and or blast beats or anything. So
I don't.
maybe I'm a bit skewed on the things that I like. No, that's
I'm
just
not a fan of
generic
her
fucking
either.
bullshit things.
I just thought like the way they bring it up is like it's a big surprise because it's like, well, I thought it was either her or fucking Beyonce that were gonna get that top list. The thing that is like crazy, I
See,
think it
I
was
liked
like
it when MJ was the top artist because at least like there was some musical complexity to his music.
on top of
They
his
weren't all just three
character.
chord bangers, you know. He was the king of pop for a fucking reason. His music was one awesome, and two,
Yeah, and he was
um,
popping little buttholes.
yeah, and two, it was somewhat
That's not
complex.
okay.
You know, it wasn't fucking dumb. A lot of new pop music, I can't stand the fucking like musical composition of it. It's just
I'm not.
boring.
Yeah, I'm not a big
Like
fan
the
of
live
pop
stuff, if
music.
you listen to live pop music where they have a live drummer actually fucking putting shit down back there, sounds fucking good, decent, you know. But their
Most
fucking recorded stuff with all their like fucking, like sounds like they had fucking Garage Band just do their drummer track over it. Oh my god,
most
so
mainstream music
fucking
to me just
annoying.
sounds like weird pop music now.
Like as a drummer, it just annoys me to hear just the basic fucking
Yeah,
drum
that's
beats
really
with
why I
the
like it.
same fucking 808s and stuff, and it's like, ah, how about you guys just go and hire a fucking drummer like you do for live stuff to just lay down a fucking track? It will sound 100 times better than anything electronic can do. Because there's a lot of sound in the hands. Just like when someone plays a guitar, there's so much sound in the hands, and when you just put a fucking like computer on it, it sounds so fucking flat. Well, it's like the drummer. The reason they play with a live drummer live is because that's where the excitement in the music comes from. If you were to use recorded drums, there'd be no excitement in the music.
Makes sense.
It's drummers control dynamics and the feel of the song. So it's like, why use a flat drum beat
Someone thinks
for
they're more important in the band than they actually are.
fuck you. I saw a video the other day where it's like, what's the most useless instrument? And someone said drums, and I'm just like, fuck you.
Not a triangle.
Yeah, actually, honestly, the triangle. I was trying to think of one that's actually super useless. Like, I don't really. I don't think any
'Cause
instrument is
you could
useless,
probably
but if I
use you can probably
like,
get the same sound off a triangle than you can off of like the little what do you call those things
symbols.
that ding, 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 ding,
Oh,
ding. No, they're like
in
the
modern
keyboard.
in modern music, I'd say fucking in modern music guitar because everything's fucking keyboard now, even the fucking drums.
I'm telling Nikki.
Go ahead and tell them; he'll fucking agree.
Nikki starts a one-man band with just a keyboard.
Dude, I fucking thought about how
I
me
don't
and
need
Nick
Mike.
have been playing music for since 2017. It's been a long fucking time. But then again, I thought back to it and I was like, shit, I've known Nick for 15 years. I met
That's
Nick in freshman year of high school, 2009, I think.
nice.
I've known Nick for like 15 years.
That's
Did,
insane.
was it
I,
2000?
I I always like thinking about
I've
that
known
kind of stuff.
Casey for like 13 and 14 because I met him like the year after.
I don't even know how long I've known Casey.
Since we were wee
Wee,
lads.
wee lads.
Uh,
Wee lads.
I've known Matt since 2017. Although it's weird that like I was friends with everyone, almost everyone that you're
I've
friends with. I've
known
never met you people.
I've known Matthew since '92.
Yeah, I mean, being your big brother and all, you know.
Fuck you. I'm the eldest.
I just find it funny because Nick invited me to parties like multiple times, and I was like, "No, I'm going home." It's like, why? And we talked like afterwards. He's like, because he thought I didn't like him. I was like, no, oh no, I like you just fine. You're awesome, dude. And he goes,
I just can't be.
why did
I
you
just
always
can't
blow me
have
off when I
people.
invited you to go do stuff? I was like, I walked home and played drums. He goes, really? It's like, yeah, I walked home to go play drums every day. That's all I wanted to do was just fucking play drums. He goes, well, it fucking paid off.
You
But
should.
yeah, but
You
like I
should
was
have told him
super
you just didn't.
antisocial because I was in such a hurry to get to my house to play drums for 3 hours
You
every
should have
single day.
told him you just didn't want to be seen associating with the redhead.
I was at his house the other day with it, like he left to go pick up other band members. It was just me and Matt, and I was looking around. I was like, "You think Nick ever wakes up, looks in the mirror, and just goes, damn it,' because he's a ginger?'" And
Probably
Matt
does.
just fucking loses it because it just came out of nowhere. We were just standing in his fucking house.
If you want to get Nikki going, just call him FedEx. We used to call him that when that Cheaper by the Dozen movie came out and they had the
Oh yeah,
redhead kid. As soon as I came on, the first thing I said, that's your new nickname, Nikki FedEx.
dude. I used to think that I was mean to my sisters, and I hear the way you guys treated Kayla, and I'm just like, oh, maybe I was nice.
Dude, we used to
We
throw
weren't
cold hot
so
dogs at my
bad to
sister
her.
till she cried.
You guys fucking taped her to a pole,
Bungee corded.
bungee corded her to a pole.
It was a bungee cord.
And in all fairness, she let us do it. We just
Okay,
left
the
her there
most
for a
I
little
did
bit.
that like got them like stuck was I convinced them to go into places, and then they'd get stuck because they're stupid.
It was great.
So sharks.
So sharks. The
We're
Mariana
talking about a
Trench
different kind of
anomaly.
predator now.
So you guys hear about the Mariana Trench anomaly in 2016?
Yeah, it was. It got turned into a movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called Meg.
Oh, is that why that sounded familiar?
Is that what the movie's based on? Oh, I guess so, huh? Because they go below it. I didn't even think
Yeah,
about that. It's
and
been
then
a
they
That
minute since
little
they
I've
they
seen
hot
the movie.
spot.
escape it, and they put a hole in like
The thermal vent or whatever.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
the shark
that's
gets
what it's
out,
called.
and then they're like, oh no, there's two sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they let out other creatures too. I thought they let out a giant fucking squid or something.
That's the second one.
Yeah,
But
they
so
let out
this
a lot of things. That's a.
go
I
ahead.
hope they keep making these movies forever. Honestly, I enjoy watching them. Just ridiculous shit. Jason Statham versus giant sea lion. That motherfucker can take
The
on
fucking
anything.
I hated the second one because it seemed like you were right. It was like it seemed like a Fast and the Furious movie, and it bugged
That's
me.
what. Yeah, that's what was like funny to me about it. But I don't know. I enjoyed watching it just because it was ridiculous. But I'm just really glad Jason Statham stopped beating up Asian people and started fucking them instead. You know,
Yeah,
but it's good to see his hatred is finally turned into love.
He grew as a person. In 2016, a deep sea exploration team picked up sonar readings of a massive object moving in the Mariana Trench, estimated to be over 50 feet long. Its behavior didn't match any known marine life. Skeptics say it could have been a glitch, but most people say it might have been a megalodon lurking in the deepest waters.
what year was this?
2016?
Is that before or after the giant squid? Or no, we found the giant squid in like while we were in school, so it's definitely after. Okay,
Nah.
never mind then.
Oh, yeah, this was after, not the giant squid.
Okay.
Yeah, the giant squid was like, I was in
Because
7th
that's like
grade.
early reports of like large animals that they don't understand. Um, where they don't see them, but it's like a reading. It could
Yeah.
easily be just giant squid. Something that's confirmed now. Even though I do believe there's a megalodon out there, but
Most definitely. In South Africa, 2013, researchers tagged a great white shark off of South Africa soon after its tracker recorded a rapid dive over 2,000 feet, followed by a spike in temperature. The data suggested the shark had been eaten by something enormous.
So South Africa is interesting when it comes to sharks. They do a lot of filming off the coast of South Africa. One, because there's a bunch of seals. There's like a place called Seal Bay where there's a bunch of like archipelagos and shit like that where just seals stay. But on the where these there's these archipelagos, but there's also super fucking deep around these islands. So it's the best place to capture footage of great white sharks jumping out of the water because they are able to get a lot of momentum because they hunt from the bottom up. They kill silhouettes. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. That's what the Meg does. That's what they suggest that the Meg does too, because they say it be like when they would go to attack a creature, that creature would already be dead before it even knew what happened.
I don't. Oh yeah, they've found that when great whites hit, the force of the impact generally dazes, if not kills, whatever it's hitting, um, from their air jaws. The other place you get that kind of stuff is in Australia. There's a lot of air jaws moments in Australia, but South Africa is a big one for great whites. It doesn't surprise me that that's where they tagged the great white shark, because there's a huge concentration because of Seal Island out there. Um, but I do not believe that the megalodon would be one of those type of predators. Um, like yes, they go really really deep, but they're I don't think that they would hunt from the bottom up. They have so much. They would have so much size that the amount of water that they would fucking move, they would outrun anything.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
they would look slow because of how massive they are, but they'd be like one of the fastest sharks ever because they're just displacing so much water. You know.
let's see how fast these guys swim. Uh, 3 miles an hour.
Said 3 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah, like normally, but like, what about a burst for hunting?
let's
2 miles an hour. Actually, they go slower.
And also, you guys got to remember these are all speculative.
yeah. These are all these. Okay, so when they're hunting, they're most likely to be moving 5.9 miles an hour. We'll just call it six.
They wouldn't ever catch anything.
Oh,
When
but this
great
one
white
says
when like mako sharks can go fucking what? How fast can fucking mako sharks go?
well, this
Great.
this thing says the megalodon's hunting speeds vary, but most put it around 11 miles an hour. But this one says it can go 20 miles an hour. So I
20
don't.
seems
Let me see how fast a great white swims.
so like a mako shark can go 46 miles per hour. So one of the fastest sharks there is.
Yeah, see, a great white can go 35.
Mako shark should be faster than a great white.
So
35. You said 35, not
yeah,
45?
35. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Mako shark goes 46. Okay.
Let's see that if they were slow swimmers, like not had super speed, I mean, 6 miles an hour is still fast in water for us
Oh, yeah, for sure.
because we're not swimming anywhere close to that.
Well, Michael Phelps might, but that's
Not for
I was
long.
trying to see. According to AI
Short
overview,
distance.
the sailfish is the fastest sea creature, reaching speeds of up to 68 miles per hour.
Okay, if you want to see the fastest fucking sea creature, look at the goddamn fucking
I just wanted to
the
see like
lightning
what a
ship or
shark
whatever the fuck it's called.
a shark's trying to hunt something that's fucking moving around like a jaguar in the water.
Yeah, there's a shrimp that moves its fucking claws so fast that it creates electrical explosions in the water.
What are
yeah.
those
What is that? What shrimp
what
is
are
that?
those
What's that
punching
called?
ones called?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about those? Those things are fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're super fast.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But yeah, I guess they could be ambush predators from the deep because they
The
do swim
mantis
slow.
shrimp can punch at
Yeah.
speeds at 50 miles an hour.
So I guess maybe they'd be ambush predators from the bottom, but I see them.
It's roughly the same acceleration of a 22 caliber bullet. Ah! I'm hit by what? This fucking shrimp got me.
Ow, fucker!
Yeah,
Knocked
they
my
can
big
punch
toe
through.
off.
They can punch through a lot of shit. They
That's
like I've
crazy.
seen someone get attacked by one. It went right through their wetsuit. Got
Damn.
him.
That's
But then
crazy.
again, it's just it's a little shrimp hand. It's not gonna go that fucking deep. It'll
Yeah, but hitting
suck.
you at 50 miles an hour is gonna hurt. Still.
It's gonna fucking hurt and it's gonna cut you. But again, it's only gonna go like I don't know, like at the most a fucking quarter-inch deep. It's a
Yeah.
shrimp hand.
Airsoft or like a strong airsoft gun.
See, this is what the shrimp does. He goes and attacks the person, and gets the blood going, and then his homeboy, the shark, comes and finishes him off.
Tag team.
Yeah.
You just see the shrimp just riding on top of, like, holding on to the dorsal fin, just and then it just jumps
Getting
off.
ready to, dude. I would love it if Meg
See,
3
sharks
had
don't
a.
have gallop sounds, so the shrimp has to do it itself. Kind of like Monty Python. It hits its claws together as it's riding the ship. Just
Meg 3 is gonna have a Jason Statham sized shrimp, and he's gonna box it underwater. He's gonna fucking dodge the shit.
I saw this one thing. They're like Jason Statham just keeps being regular people, who are turns into action heroes for no reason. And I heard this one thing, and it's like you have Jason Statham. He's like, "Don't you know that I'm the butler?"
So, in 2020 in Brazil, there's a story of a fishing boat off the coast that mysteriously vanished when the wreckage was found. It was massive. There was unexplainable bite marks, and locals whispered of a giant shark. But the authorities blame storms and scavengers. But most people believe a massive predator was involved.
This could also just be like feisty whales, killer
Yeah,
whales, but
yeah. So there's these sightings.
Joseph looks distressed.
Oh, my kids decided that now's a good time to start yelling and blasting stuff in my ear.
Do what my house did. Go buy a case of Count Chocula for some reason, like a full fucking case, like a box of boxes, and then just give it to them. They'll be fine.
Oh, I don't allow vampire stuff in my house because we're a Christian household.
Don't you fucking...
We actually don't let we don't put scary monsters in here because they're devil propaganda. Damn, that's wild. All right, sorry, Casey. Continue on with the megalodons.
Oh, you're good. Some people believe that the governments are hiding evidence of Megalodon to prevent public panic,
Oh, I don't believe that at all.
classifying sonar readings and deep sea footage, and not releasing attacks that happen, so they just go unreported.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. There's no reason why the government would cover it up, in my opinion. Because, motherfucker, whales exist. Killer whales exist, and apparently they're starting to hunt fucking boats and sharks. So that's been released, but oh no, can't have a giant
Are they
shark.
are they getting their
The fuck?
revenge on the fucking whaler boats?
I mean, some of them, I guess. Killer whales are fucking sadistic, dude. Like, dolphins are terrible animals. They rape, they do fucked up shit. Killer whales, they will kill shit for the fun of it. They really do. Like,
And
killer
they hunt
whales,
in packs too.
yeah.
Humans must not like them because they're too much like us.
So another thing that people believe, like the discovery of this how do you say this fish's name? Let me see. One sec.
So I've asked my
The
nephew to come on here.
coelacanth.
I've asked my nephew to come on here multiple times because he's a very smart person, way smarter than us. And he refused to go on because he says I might run for public office one day, and I don't want that out there.
He doesn't have to
I'm
say
like,
his name. We can use a.
Yeah,
We can put a voice changer on.
we'll only out that it's him once we need political favors.
We could put the deep
there you
throat
go.
voice
He's
on
like, I
him.
have a yeah. What's that show that I watched where it was like it showed a blurry face of someone who's like, I'd like to reach out for awareness for people born with blurry face disease.
I forget, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what the fuck was? Okay, back to the fucking pod.
So they believe that the megalodon may be a living fossil, like the coelacanth fish that they thought was extinct for millions of years, but then they
Oh,
ended up
is
finding
that
it.
how you fucking say? I've always said coelacanth.
Yeah, I just looked up how to say it because I was
Well,
unsure.
I've seen it in like Ark, and so I'm
Yeah,
like coelacanth.
Holcan?
that's
Macaulay
well,
Culkin?
It's coelacanth, but it's like it's spelled COEC.
it's COELACANTH.
Coelacanth. I've always said coelacanth.
Another theory suggests that these sharks live near hydrothermal vents underwater, or
Yeah,
well,
that
obviously
was explored
underwater,
in the Meg.
but and then like near underwater volcanic systems to provide warmth and food.
So that is actually an interesting concept because do you guys remember when we talked about the Loch Ness and the
Mhm.
thermal systems in that lake and the possibility that it could be using tunnels to get out of the ocean and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Just an interesting. I just wanted to bring that up because I think that's valid for that what you just said.
Oh yeah, I thought you were gonna dive into something there.
No, I was just like that is something that we talked about earlier, and I was like,
I was
oh,
like, yeah,
this.
yeah, I remember that. Now, what else you
Well,
got?
dealing with another mythological water creature that possibly resides in a lake and an ocean, having to do with thermal vents and shit like that. It's just interesting to think about. Like, so going into Hollow Earth a bit. What if it's not Hollow Earth? What if there's just a large subterranean system of large tunnels in the ocean?
That'd be dope. That'd be cool.
Yeah, which is why like it's something that we talked about a little bit in Loch Ness, which is why Loch Ness appears there, but also other places. But it's like a lake, and it's like, what if there's subterranean tunnels of some kind? Um, that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that'd be
Using
nuts.
because
Especially since our most recent thing, they said the core of our Earth is not what they really thought it was. They think it's just water down there.
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they
So it's
think
not
that
molten. It's not magma.
I think it. They say it is, but I think they have a different understanding now. Like they believe that there's more water down there instead of what
Interesting,
we previously thought. So that may
but
be.
like, so these tunnels would be heated by the Earth's core. They would be warmer, I'd think. I don't know, depending on where they are. I don't know. But it's an
Yeah.
interesting
Okay.
concept.
So it says a vast reservoir of water exists deep within the Earth's mantle, located near the boundary between the upper and lower mantle, which be considered the center of the Earth, with its water trapped in mineral called ringwoodite. The reservoir is estimated to be several times larger than the water on the Earth's surface combined. Than all the water on the Earth's surface combined.
Interesting. You'd think that it'd be like boiling. But I
It
don't know how
probably is hot down
I
there.
don't understand how the heating of the Earth works very well. I'm not a scientist. I'm just someone sitting in a garage drinking beer, talking about bullshit.
That's all I got on the megalodon. So now we just have to sit here and ask ourselves this question: what do we make of all this? All these stories, evidence of a hidden predator, or are they just tales born from fear and
Well,
fascination?
here's something else that I just want to bring up real quick. Um, I don't know if you guys watch Shark Week. Do you guys watch Shark Week?
Occasionally.
Now Matthew pretends he does.
Okay, so
Every year he's like, it's Shark Week, boys. I don't
here's
know why
something
he
that
does it, but I know he doesn't watch it.
here's something that happened where Shark Week got in trouble because they made a documentary about the discovery of a megalodon and passed it off as real, at least for a little bit, when it was a completely fictionalized thing with with fucking CGI and everything. And it's like, dude, we watch Shark Week for real stuff. If we want to watch a movie, we'll watch Jason Statham fight a shark with a helicopter blade, okay, um, or whatever the fuck blade he used. But they passed it off as like a real thing where they were like finding the megalodon, and I watched it and I was just like, oh, that's cool. And then I found out that it was fake. It's like, oh, that's not cool. Um,
Not so cool now.
Yeah, but like that was like a kind of a controversy for a little bit, to where now when they do shit like that, they fucking put a large reminder at the front that's like, "Oh, this ain't real, bitch." But yeah, motherfuckers.
So what do you guys think? Is he lurking about or what?
I believe so because, again, like I've said before in Loch Ness and anything that like has to do with the ocean, the large bodies of water, we haven't discovered enough of it for me to discount anything.
I believe it's out there. We're always finding new stuff, and especially how little we explored the ocean. I just feel like there's like other critters down there too,
Well,
from
shit,
the
like
dinosaur age.
I brought up that one video that I saw, which is like it showed a massive shark, but it looked like gelatinous, like it was moving all weird, like a gelatinous shark, because probably being in the deep, 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 deep ocean. Um,
All that pressure.
yeah, but it's like it was an interesting video. Like if you look at or not basking sharks,
Meow.
that was annoying. But if you look at Greenland sharks or whatever, the ones that go into like the super cold water, they look gelatinous,
I think they are called Greenland shark, aren't they?
something like that. Or there's the six-gilled shark too. That those ones go in the deep cold water, and those ones look slightly gelatinous also. And actually, the video that I saw kind of looked like a six-gilled shark, but way bigger. Um, but
Oh,
yeah,
motherfucker.
there's certain things like you can look up online. Like now, it's a little bit weird because of how good AI is.
I
And
just like the Greenland shark face.
Greenland,
That's
dude, Greenland shark and six-gilled sharks look fucking disgusting. They look like
yeah,
if sharks
that's
did
why I
meth.
remember what they look. I remember, or I guess I slightly remembered the name. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, that's what they're called, right? Because they do
But
have
yeah,
weird ass faces. They look like they're
like if
blind. They got the
they
glossy
look like if
eye.
sharks did meth, is what they look like.
This is a regular shark. This is your shark on drugs. Think there's not a difference.
But no, with the amount of stuff that comes out, I mean, like I said earlier, the giant squid used to be a mythological creature, according to us these days. And then all of a sudden, we have one. We have now footage of them. It's before that we had you know, whales just showing up with large suction cup marks, and they were like, "Oh, it's just a regular thing," but it kind of like was manipulated by the, the fucking whale rising from the deeps or whatever. All this shit to explain why the giant squid didn't exist, when in reality, they did. Giant squids existed, and they still do. So, so it's like all these things that get discounted is like, oh no, it could never be. So why? We don't know shit about the ocean. We know 5%.
Yeah, nuts. What do you think, Joseph? Mr. Quiet over there?
Sorry, I was spacing out. I was looking at shark pictures. I've been zoning. I haven't had enough fucking caffeine. I've been just fucking spacing out looking at shark pictures most of the time. I don't know. They probably exist. I mean,
But like,
I don't know.
I don't see how any scientist could say that they don't exist.
It's just like
Because
fucking alien stuff. It's
I
like, I
feel
don't know.
like
Probably.
it is our planet. It's not, and there is a finite resource of how much you can search, or you could search all of it at one point. If we had the technology, we could search all of it at one point. There's no way that we couldn't search all of it, as compared to space, where we will never be able to search all of it because it's ever expanding. So, saying that there's not aliens, like no scientist will ever say that there's no way that aliens don't exist. There's no way that there's not life on another planet. Um, we haven't explored much of our fucking ocean, so why would any scientist say that, oh, why wouldn't this creature exist? Oh, they don't have the food sources like that we know of. We don't know what's in the depths very much. We've seen certain things in the depths. We put certain things down there, but like we don't know. We've only explored 5%.
Yeah, that's what's insane too. Because
I mean, you guys know NASA sends astronauts down to the depths of the ocean, just like they send people up to space, right? There's certain astronauts that we have that have both been to space and also the deepest depths of the ocean.
it's wild. They do use the
Um,
ocean to train for space, though.
they also just do research down there. Just like we have a space station, we have like stations in the deepest parts of the ocean too. And like there's like somewhat an astronaut that Joe Rogan interviewed who has done both. It's pretty interesting.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, I didn't know NASA was down there doing research stuff.
I think it's NASA. It could be just another one, but it is like scientists, space station shit. I think it's NASA, but I don't know.
I have to check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got on the Meg. Anything else you guys want to add in?
Nah, I think we successfully talked about the shark.
Thank you for joining the Conspiracy Outpost. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share your thoughts. Do you believe the Megalodon is still out there, or is it just a fishtail? Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the world around you.